Hello and welcome along to episode 69 of the Dom McKellar sponsored A View from the Balcony. I mean, A View from Section C. I was joking that I was going to hit a title like this week, change the whole thing for A View from the Balcony. I thought, I'm not going through all that, changing the fucking logo and everything. But it was A View from the Balcony for myself and Shannon on Saturday night. We give it the little royal way through the box. Our Betty even threw up some sweeties to her.
Oh, very good. Fucking doesn't happen, eh? Come on, I mean.
Yeah. So
you're getting out of the love and I'm getting out of the hate. I'm getting fucking death threats and everything sent to us if I turn up on Friday.
Oh, but yeah. It's good to see that you're back. Obviously the title of this show is We Are Shining Bright, and it's no because of Senior's tan and he's very, very shiny tanned bald head.
It's because I'm right underneath the light, is it? Should have put a hat on.
It is because the stars are shining bright. But Senior is back in the country. How was your holiday?
Oh, it was fantastic. Really cozy. It was just sort of like near enough 30 degrees every day.
Yeah.
So they had a bit of a mini heat wave. I got slated by Hunty for being on the show. You've seen the messages. I got slated for Hunty for wearing the vest. But you know, you're on holiday. But
someone else slated you at the rink for that. What is it again? Oh, Michael Craig. He
all right.
Your wee Pittsburgh buddy. He was giving it tight to you for wearing a tank top.
I'll tell you, you could see now. I'm certainly not sitting wearing the vest now. I'll tell you, sweatshirt on.
But yeah, we'll start the show off on a bit of a negative though. This is going to be a quick show. We've had Senior's been sitting in the waiting room for about the last hour.
45 minutes, I think.
So StreamYard's been playing up a bit on as I've tried to get everything set up and microphones and cameras and connection issues and that. So it's going to be a quick episode, so we'll try and get through it and get an episode out before the game tomorrow. I'm also a bit dizzy Betty. So dizzy Lizzie. Evening Betty. I'm a bit under the weather. I've got vertigo. So trying to get over that as well. It's been a brutal few days. But getting better, but still feel a bit shit today. So we'll get.
If anybody's waiting on me giving you sympathy, you'll get absolutely nothing from me.
I'm not waiting for any sympathy for you.
Fucking toughen up, soft boy.
Speaking of Michael, he was absolutely rat-arsed in the hospitality box on Saturday night. He was in the other room, and there was a birthday party going on. Michael was a bit merry, so to say, professing his love for Josh Britton. He's even slid into his DMs to ask him if it's Joshua or Josh. But we will start the show off now on a very, very positive note. And the congratulations to Josh Britton and his partner. He's about to become a daddy.
Yep. Have you seen the video?
Oh, it's tremendous. It's absolutely brilliant.
Really good.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Have you seen the other photo? I think is it Kyle Pouncey? It's next to the broken plexi.
I know.
I think it's Kyle. It's there, and he's just got this smirk on his face as if to say, "That was me."
Yep, and I noticed a certain
congratulations to Josh and his partner. So, yeah.
And a certain Mr. Drew Fraser having to tidy up all the broken glass at the side. Notice Drew was photobombing that there.
Yeah.
A little bit of an early call out for me. And the call out is not to any one individual. It is a call out towards the Massive. So the Massive got pumped last night again. And then the Massive decided today to release a fucking charity Christmas song. Have you heard it?
Read the... No, I've not heard that. I've got no plans of hearing that. But I'll tell you, if you're going to do something like that, right, and it's a bit of fun, it's good, right? But don't release it the day after you've just been pumped 7-2 for Guildford. Let's read the room, eh? You know what I mean?
Oh,
And then
but the
Belfast
song
just went and signed the golfer. Have you seen
what
that
was
news?
that? I seen the
McIntyre.
the thing. Okay, I seen the sign somebody. I never seen the name. But anyway,
Yeah.
firstly,
So
back to
name as the
Clan.
golfer. Yeah.
That fucking song is brutal. Talking about Santa breaking his way down the ice, Rudolph in between the pipes. Like, what the fuck? What
Might have been better off playing Rudolph last night, I'll tell you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But anyway, that is my call out. Is to the massive Paisley, Braehead, North Renfrewshire, South Lanarkshire, North Lanarkshire, Hamilton, Pishy Wishy, Motherwell, Glasgow Clan. A couple of extra new places added in there.
Good effort. You've been doing your geography.
Yep, we didn't. Obviously, we released the show a wee bit earlier last week, as we tried to. We tried to start the week, and we didn't get the chance, obviously, to discuss the news that came out not long after it in the release of Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are not surprised, but still a wee bit surprised, to be honest with you. It's one of those that either we were going to when have you sussed out how to pronounce his name yet? Is it Bodouin, or Bedoin? Bedon. Okay. Brent.
Badun.
Junior, honest to fucking God. You've been on the medicine too much, I'll tell you. They gave you right tablets.
Fucking delirious.
I'll tell you, Hunty's going to be absolutely messaging us, right? Hunty's going to be messaging us about your behaviour tonight, I'll tell you. But
oh my God.
When Bedoin came in, I thought, right, that's good. We're going to carry another import. But if we were going to release anybody, in my opinion, it would only be Johnny Walker. Could only be him. And the reason being, he picked up daft penalties at the wrong times during games, got involved when he shouldn't have got involved, didn't get involved when he should have got involved. And for whatever reason, it just didn't work.
No.
I liked when I seen him pre-season, stick him in front of the goalie on the power play, great. He was very good at that. But he never really brought anything else. If there was going to be one import getting released, in my opinion, it could only have been him.
Do you think they would have released him if he hadn't been suspended? Do you think the suspension was the final straw?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was only going to get worse, I think. So
another bad hit. Third repeat offender.
Yep. I think it was going to cost the club more in the long run to keep him on the books. Yeah. So I think they've cut their losses, unfortunately, for Walker, unfortunately for a lot of fans, because a lot of fans liked him just because he was the rat that we've never really had. But if you're going to play that rat role, you have to do it correctly. You look at the way, what's his boss? Was it Conley? How he played that role really well and racked up points.
That's something I said to Gary Monroe. Messaged me about it. That he was absolutely raging that they released him. And I said that he said you need to be more like a Brendan Connolly type of player. You've got to be able to. I think we need what his words were. We've asked for it for years. We get it, and everybody moans about it. And I think everyone's moaning because they wanted like a Brendan Connolly player, someone who is a rat, but can put up points all over the place and does the job of being a rat at the same time. Whereas, and it's no criticism of Johnny, he's obviously not a top scoring player. He's not a first line player that is a rat. And Gary Monroe actually messaged me back saying, Nick should be asking for fucking Brad Marchand. Well,
Right.
Certainly
Okay.
I wouldn't take that wee
but
dick.
you get Brad Marchand. Yeah, you get Brad Marchand. Right, he's a rat who could put points up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it. If you're going to play that role, you have to bring something else. And in Walker's position, he wasn't bringing anything else. He wasn't putting up points. He wasn't fighting with people. He was just he was like an instigator that couldn't back up. In my opinion, he just ran his mouth too much. Look what happened. He fought Finn Page. Come on, I mean, and nearly got bit. Let's be honest, right? So, not surprised. I think Bedoins came in and has began to show what he can do, and it's just so ironic that the change in fortunes has happened since the news broke that Johnny was leaving. And okay, Bedoin was already playing games anyway because of the suspension, but the team seem to have knitted better together.
Yeah.
So
he is obviously gone. Are looking for replacements. The news obviously broke after the Fife game and the suspension. We had a couple of players out injured. Obviously, Sean Allen was out. Chris Ingles was also left the game in Fife injured, so we're potentially another 2 D-men down. Going at the home and home with the Guildford Flames, so it is time for the 51 club-sponsored game review. We were at home, first off, on the Saturday in the hospitality box, thanks to our next segment sponsors, Craig Niche Decorators. Guildford went 1-0 up at 10:09 through Matt Alvaro. They then made it 2 through Ryan Tate on the power play at 21:04. Josh Britton, assisted by Johnson and Paratino at 22:47. Ryan Valentini equalised at 24:56 on the power play, assisted by Rinaldi and Kyle Pouncey. Guildford then took the lead again through Lewis Hook. I didn't even realise he was playing until I just seen his name there. 26-28 on the power play. Another power play equaliser through Captain Fantastic Dryden Dow at 28:37, assisted by Valentini and Badun. 35-43. Stars get the lead through, and I must admit it was a great goal. The work for the two assisters, Jake Elmer and James Phelan. Johnny McBean then just poke checking it over the line effectively to ensure that crossed for a goal. Ryan Valentini then put Stars 5-3 up, assisted by Harms and Britton at 49:25. And then Guildford had pulled the goalie for about a minute before that, eventually got a goal at 59:06 through Austin Glover. 5-4 win, 2 points. Senior, we had both predicted Stars wins. We
well done.
The reverse psychology didn't work this weekend, although it did for Sunday. Senior, you said 4-2 Stars. I said 3-2 in overtime, but a 5-4 win. I need to go back to that Johnny McBean goal. It all came for Elmer. There was a bit of a clearance for our zone, so obviously I'm hospitality. We're up at the far end defending. Bit of a break comes down the ice. It's a chase for the puck. Phelan's chasing it. Knows he's not going to get there. Elmer busts his arse to get to it. Gets it on the boards. I think the two have a wee thingy. Phelan peels away. We pass in front of the goal. Phelan with the tap. It's just about to cross the line, but I think the goalie's going to get his glove on it. And in comes Johnny. Fucking bang. In the net.
When I seen the video, I thought the same. I'm thinking if Johnny doesn't touch that, the goalie's getting it in his glove.
Yeah, he is.
And good on him, because you know what? He's a young Brit, right? And he could have just left that thinking,
that's the import.
I think it'll go in. It's the import, but no, make sure. Absolutely make sure. And well done on him for doing it. But obviously I was away. I was watching the scores coming through. Good again when you look at at the score sheet. Bedoyne's on the scoreboard again with an hour assist. But glad to be proved wrong again that Valentini is the guy who is now becoming the player that we all thought he was going to be.
Yep.
Was it 2+1? I think it was.
No, I think it was just 2.
Delighted for him. Absolutely delighted for him.
No, it's 2+1, yeah.
2+1, yeah.
So obviously we had to pick the home.
He's suddenly on fire.
Yeah, we had to pick the home man of the match. And it was obviously Kevin Carr, absolutely outstanding again. Kept us in that first period at 1-0. Again, even at 2-0 up, it could have been a lot worse in the end of the first. Going into the second, score, could have scored again. Honestly, it could have been about 4 or 5-0. It wasn't for Kevin Carr. And then we got going. We got that first goal for Britain. Bang, Valentini. Okay, we conceded. Bang, equaliser for Dryden. Then a goal. Kevin Carr just kept in the game. Kyle Pouncey, outstanding again. Absolutely outstanding again. Josh Britton, I think that's been his best game for us this year. He was phenomenal. Dryden, there's nothing else you can really say. I think we've run out of words to describe Dryden this year.
There's nothing else you can say about Dryden. But see, when I'd seen a post about the number of goals that we'd conceded.
Yeah.
Right. In the supporters club, right, and I understand that, and at times it could be a bit worrying. It doesn't matter if you win 2-1 or if you win 10-9, as long as you win the game. What I could probably think that the guy's trying to say is it does look a bit unfair on Kevin, because we're saying we're 1-5-4 and Kevin Carr was outstanding. Now, as a team, we've let 4 goals in, right, as a team. But it's when your netminder makes those saves is the game difference, right? And we Carr, at times this season, he's made the saves at the right time, kept us in games to get we going. Even at 1-0 down, 2-0 down, he's still giving us a chance. And as long as it goes to 2-1 rather than, say, 3-0, then the belief comes into the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And at the moment, right, if I'm doing a player of the season right now, there's probably 2 players in it, right? And it's, well, maybe 3. Kevin Carr, Captain Fantastic, and Kyle Pouncey.
Yeah.
And it's strange saying it's so early, but for Kevin Carr, just making those saves gives everybody the belief that we're 2-0 down, but we can still win here because Kevin's playing absolutely top notch here. He's let 2 in, but if we get the next goal, we're in with a shout. Totally agree with
you. Yeah, but it had to come down. I said that to Nish. I went, you can't no go with Valentini. He was just brilliant again, and he said 2+1. Cannot argue that for a man of the match. So this week, obviously, on the podcast, we obviously decide who my man of the match would have been, and Senior, you would have said who your man of the match would have been, but effectively I picked it anyway, so I'm not going to disagree with the choice. It was Ryan Valentini.
I'll be honest with you, Junior, if somebody's coming off with 2+1 and you've won 5-4, you're probably going to give it to that person. So if I was at the game, I'd have probably went with Valentini as well.
Yeah, and I say from that little discussion on the supporters group, I agree. I didn't care how many concede, as long as you score more than them. And
that's it.
I do have another call out. I do have another call out that we were the top scoring team in the league until last night when the Massive got pumped again. So Guildford are now the top scoring team. Clan are now joint with us because they obviously scored 2, but they got fucking pumped.
Yeah. And know that we enjoy seeing the Clan getting pumped, but again, I was speaking, I think it was Steve Crichton's a Fifer, right? And he'd posted something about Clan getting pumped. But is it no funny, right? That Stars fans and Flyers fans really come together when the Clan get pumped.
I know. So moving on to Sunday, obviously we beat Guildford on the Saturday. Clan got pumped for them last night, but we went to Guildford and came away with a shootout victory. So I think we were all expecting the worst when Guildford went 2-0 up after 4:24. Peter Sunrella at 1:24 and Kyle Lock at 4:24, 2 goals in 3 minutes. Joshua Britton again pulling us back into the game at 18:25, assisted by Ronaldo and Tommy Paratino. The equaliser again was Ryan Valentini at 29:24, assisted by Badan and Sean Allen. Ben O'Connor at 52:42 gave what Guildford probably thought might have been the game-winning goal. But Tommy Paratino finally with the goal to kill those hopes of them thinking that in regulation. But done with another assist, and Ronaldo again, 53:25. Also went to the shootout, and it couldn't have been anyone other than Captain Fantastic to put the icing on the cake and bring back all 4 points for the weekend to Dundee.
Superb, eh? Superb. The biggest thing out of that game for me was the monkey off the back for Paratino.
Yeah.
It must have been playing on his mind so much. But you know what? He's been playing well. And he's been getting assists. He's just no got that goal. And watching the video, he took that goal really well because he was tripped. He was on his knees. He got the pass in. I think it come off the goalie, and he was up, and the shot was going past the goalie. And lightning fast. Great goal.
Yeah.
So I was happy for him. But again, though, look at Bedoin. There's an art. And if you think about it, I know the club have come out and saying we're actively looking at replacing Johnny Walker, right? But at this point in time, you could probably say that he's came in and replaced Johnny Walker, and he's putting points up every game. You cannot have hoped for somebody to settle in as quick as that and get the points that he's getting.
No, and I think the person to come in, I believe, is for injury cover, effectively. I believe there is a couple of guys banged up, and that's what it is. It's to give guys a rest when they need it, instead of trying to force them to play. You could tell that some guys are already playing banged up. You'll get, obviously, Belfast have come out and said it, that's the reason they've signed the boys, due to numerous injuries that they've got. Clan have also got a few boys out.
Just a plain shite.
That as well. But Clan have also got a few boys out. But the one thing for me that I as much as it's going to fucking praise them, even though they got pumped last night, the Massive. When was the last time all 3 Scottish teams had a 4-point weekend in the same weekend?
Great, eh?
It's mental.
Great. And I know that it's with rivals, but from an overall perspective, it's brilliant because that's what we need. The 3 Scottish teams need this. The 3 Scottish teams need to be picking points up because every year you get these predictions, right? And they'll say the bottom 3 will be Dundee, Fife, Manchester. They'll always say that, regardless of what order they're in. And Glasgow maybe finish 6th above Coventry. And everybody else is like as if they're streets ahead of us. With the bank books, that they're probably streets ahead of us. But doesn't necessarily make a good team, right?
No.
There's Belfast really having to go out and start spending the money already. If you look at the league table, and you will, they're second bottom.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's ever happened in the Elite League that the 3 Scottish teams, when they've been playing against the others, have picked up a 4-point weekend at the same time. Yeah,
and you look at the games. Obviously, us Guildford home always struggled down at the Spectrum, is it?
Yeah,
Spectrum. Spectrum. Always struggled down there. Fife home with Coventry again. Difficult place to go and play in Coventry and pick up points again. I think they equalised with fucking 2 seconds to go, and then
and
the
then
winner
scored there for about a minute or so.
But then you look at Clan, you look at Clan as well. Guildford at home on the Friday, but then beating Sheffield away, and they came back with a bang in Manchester. So it was it just easy games that all three Scottish clubs had. But yeah, we also predicted the same scoreline for that fixture. 5-1 Guildford. So the reverse psychology did work.
It did work. Maybe just works on the road.
Possibly.
But you know what, Junior, you could be second bottom of the league like Giants, right? As long as you've got a competitive league, right? I think on Sunday before we played, I think it was, Clan were fourth in the league. And they were, that's us up the fourth. Look what we've done. And bump, didn't they come? And that's as long as you're in amongst it and there's only a few points between the teams, it doesn't really matter if you're second or third or ninth and 10th. You could win a couple of games, you could suddenly jump up to the third place. You lose a couple of games like Giants have, boom, didn't they come?
So, speaking of fourth place, the Stars are now up to fourth place after the weekend's results. Obviously, last night's game with Guildford and Glasgow is on this league table. So Coventry bottom on 7 through 10 games. Belfast 10 points through 11. Guildford, Fife, Glasgow and Nottingham all on 12 through between 7 and 13 games. Obviously Nottingham only 7 games. Guildford on 13. Stars fourth on 13 points after 11 games. Manchester and Cardiff 14 points in third and second. And then Sheffield top of the league 16 points through 10 games. Senior, we win on Friday.
Yeah.
We could be up to second.
I know. It's absolutely mental.
I don't think that actually. Go on regulation wins, so we'll be up to third. Oh no! Sorry.
No.
Cardiff aren't playing. Sorry, I was thinking Cardiff are playing on Friday as well. They're not. So we can go up to second. And the last time that happened, Senior, we won the conference.
I was probably going to say when the conference.
We won the conference. We were up at second place for a bit. And then we got a load of injuries and ended up finishing, I think it was third because of the conference. We finished third that year.
But listen, as long as we're in amongst it, that's all I care about, is being in amongst it and challenging every game. We're not going to win every game. We might lose every game. Nah, we'll win it. But as long as we are doing the best we can, and if you get beat by a better team on the night, shit happens, eh?
Yeah.
Shit happens.
We're playing in fucking Europe next year, I'm telling you.
Junior, I'm telling you, I say that jokingly at the start of the season, right? We're winning the fucking league.
Yeah.
Don't I care what anybody says. We're winning the league.
Yeah. So, come on this weekend then. Craig Niche Decorators sponsored game previews. So obviously we've got the Manchester Storm at home on Friday. And then we have the Coventry Blaze away on Saturday. So, a couple of tough games. Manchester obviously up there with us at the top of the league, the top end of the table.
Yeah, they've surprised a lot of people as well, haven't they?
They've spent a lot of money, which has also been noted. But obviously that is all okay.
I don't know what happened with that, but
it's all okay though. They came out and said about it that Finnerty's missus, his company's got the team in that now. So basically that debt will probably get wiped off because of liquidation. But yeah, so the main thing is there's no issue for the club, because if that was to happen, it would be another fucking Milton Keynes or Edinburgh where players start leaving, like Newcastle as well, players start leaving, they end up getting pumped every game, and then they drop out the league. And that's what you don't want.
Yeah. No.
Well, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you want a British National League again, so that we've got all of us in that league and let the fucking top four just play a wee league themselves. But yeah,
you've got to remember we're in the top four.
yeah.
And so are Manchester. Nah, you wouldn't want that. But get what if it does happen? I want first dibs on Critchlow.
You'll come as well. He's got a wee bit
really.
He's be pals with me now.
I know you get a good bit of banter with Critchlow on the bench now because I think he was injured the last time and he stood on the bench and he had a bit of banter and he took it well, but he's a very good player.
Yeah.
We'll note that way for him. Morrow seems to have settled them a lot at the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a tough game, but we're at home.
Yep.
And that's when we have to make home advantage count.
Yeah. So we're at home. One thing I did look at before the show started was actually the stats for the top 10 in the league for points scored. And there is not one player from any of the big teams. It's all Coventry, Fife, Guildford, Clan, us. Top 10. Actually, top 12. Manchester haven't got anybody in that. But again, they've still got deadly players out there.
I think, Junior, we the likes of even ourselves, I think Manchester's points are spread throughout the team. A bit like our own. It is spread out right across the majority of the roster. There'll be a dangerous team, I'm just wondering, we said it before, would it happen? Would it not happen? It didn't happen because he never played, but I'm just wondering, is it Lauren Ouellette or something? Is that his name? The boy that fought Finn Page.
You Ouellette.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Hold
on. Yeah. Back up, right? He didn't fight with Finn Page. Unfortunately for Finn Page, he fucking leathered Finn Page.
Yeah.
That isn't a fight that should have happened.
No, should never have happened. And to his credit, he actually stopped because he could have kept going if he wanted to.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Finn Page is obviously trying to get ice time and prove to Tom Coolan that he deserves some ice time, and it's, you know what, I'm going to stick up for my boys and stick up for the team, so I'll drop the gloves for you. But yeah, that shouldn't be a fight that's he can handle himself, Finn. He can handle himself, but no.
I'm just wondering if this might be the first time we really see Alan drop them for real seriousness. And we'll see what
on the highlights against Guildford.
No.
Oh,
nah.
There was a little stoppage in play. I think Guildford took a shot and Carr saved it, but as he saved it, they're just kind of skating in towards the boards at the cafe. Fucking bang right on his arse. A fucking great hit. And Rogers is just standing there like, okay, boys, we're all right here. Okay. None there.
But you know what?
But, yeah.
Sean Allen, he's came in, right? And you seen all the posts for everybody about how much good he is. He'll bring absolutely nothing to this team. You'll spend all his time in a penalty box. And guess what? He hasn't. The season's still early, and I'm going to keep saying that. The season is still early, right? But he's policed it the way I would like him to police it at times, where he's been there, he's kept people away from the goalie. Yeah, he's had a couple of wee daft things when he's coughed up a couple of goals and things like that, but that's just with a new team. But I've liked the way he's playing. If he's got to drop them, he will. It'll be interesting to see what he is really like if he does come up against something like a Ouellette or that.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting game on Friday.
Yeah. So looking at top point scorers, obviously it's Danny Christo, Coventry, that's on 15. Our top point scorer is Ryan Valentini with 13, Dryden with 12, and Spencer Nass with 11.
Yeah.
So
spread out.
It is
and a
spread
D-man
out. It's spread
and a
out
D-man
more.
amongst that.
Yeah, they're spread out more. Obviously, Badun is popping up with points. Ronaldo's obviously there. Paratino's starting to count with some points. But then obviously you've got those three that are putting up even more. And obviously Britain's started to score and get some points up as well, which is it's great. So yeah, tough game on Friday. Senior, what you going? Prediction?
I'm going home win, Junior, and I'm going to go 5-2 Stars.
Fucker, yeah. I'll go 5-3.
Should never ask me first then.
Hey, I'm just being a good host.
But
Saturday, away to the Blaze. Tough rink to go to.
Tough rink to go to, I think. And it's Saturday, isn't it? So we're playing Friday night and then away on Saturday. I'm going to go with the reverse psychology then, right? And I'm going to say Coventry will win 4-1.
Fuck off! I've just wrote down mine's 4-1.
Should I say that? That's what happens.
4-1 it is.
I'll go 4-2 then.
So we're both going 4-1. We both went 5-1 last week. We're both going 4-1 this week.
Yeah. I think Coventry's for some reason has always been difficult for the Dundee teams over the years. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'd like to think we can get someone out of it. You know what, Junior, if we took a 3-point weekend and it came from beating Manchester and taking an overtime or a shootout loss in Coventry, I would take that.
Yeah.
If you offered me that now, I would take it.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on. Senior, I know we discussed before the show we weren't going to do it. I'm going to do a quick good, bad and ugly recap for you, seeing as you were a wee gallivanting still. The good obviously was a 4-point weekend. The good was certainly being in hospitality and getting some pies and sausage rolls and some nice little muffins that were absolutely delightful.
Honestly, God.
The bad...
It's not about the grub, is it?
Of course it is.
The bad was you had the dose of the shits after it.
Surprisingly not. For me, the bad had to be some of the calls that were made on Saturday night for penalties. Couple of very questionable calls to make us go on a 5-on-3. Dryden was called for cross-checking, and the boy threw his head first into the boards. And then the guy comes in and does the exact same to Dryden and doesn't get called for it. So it's either a penalty or it isn't.
I've seen it, right? And the call on Dryden is 100% correct. I've seen it on the video.
Why is there no call after it then? Boy does the exact same back to Dryden.
Nah,
it's either a penalty or it's
no.
There's inconsistency. That's the thing. I think it's a penalty, but there's inconsistency with the call. That's the bad. The ugly is 110% that fucking Christmas song for the Glasgow, North Renfrewshire, Paisley, South Lanarkshire, North Renfrewshire, Rutherglen, Fishy Wishy clan.
Junior, I know it's for charity. It's annoyed you that much, right? It's annoyed you that much that it might even buy it for your Christmas. Right?
Oh, it's on Spotify, so you can a bit. But I know it's for charity, but it's just typical Glasgow cringe. It is so cringy. Oh, anyway. On this day, Senior, we've got a few things happened on this day, on the 23rd of November.
Day, the clan wound up, Junior.
On this day, Glasgow Clan released a ridiculous Christmas song. On this day in 2010, we had a signing. We signed a big Finnish D-man who had an absolutely tremendous first name. It was Laurie Kinos.
Oh, come on, I'm friends with him on Facebook. You see him, he's all over the world now, is he? Yeah, he's all over the world then shit.
Not on this day, but I had to put this in here for an honorary leaver on the 25th of November. quite possibly one of the worst goalies we've ever had in the year.
Controversial.
2011.
This could be
2011 he
controversial.
left. Gerard Kaufman.
Gerard Kaufman. I knew you were going to say that.
My God.
Yeah.
He was poor.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
That was
very poor.
That, you know what, Junior? That was the worst thing about it, right? Was he was a really nice guy.
Yeah. So nice.
Couldn't
So nice.
He was. And he was so nice to the opposition as well. That was the problem. He just he couldn't catch a cold when he was here. I felt so bad.
Yeah,
but,
to be fair, I'm surprised he caught his flight him. On this day,
that was a sore one.
Yeah, on this day we had 2 games. In 2014, we beat the Nottingham Panthers away by 4-3 in overtime. And in 2019, we hosted the Coventry Blaze and we came away 7-3 victors. Kevin Dufour with 2 goals, Jordan Cowney with 2 goals, Justin Malin with a goal, Mr. AHL Anthony Beauregard, and the final scorer in that game was the Eagle himself, Eagles Cans.
Wow. Kevin Dufour, what a player he was.
Oh, he was good.
He was very good.
2 games on this day and 2 wins.
Well, that bodes well for, because this is Thursday night, this bodes well for tomorrow's game against Manchester.
Yeah,
we seem to like playing around about this date in November.
The 24th and the 25th, though, we didn't have as many wins.
That's okay. Stick with them.
So, to be honest, that's it for me this week. I'm done. My head's spinning as we've been speaking.
Because I'll tell you, you've just sat there and talked a lot of shite half the way through this. Complaining about, I've got vertigo. Complaining about, the clan's got a Christmas song out. You know what I mean? Honestly, Junior, you want to get yourself on holiday, get some sunshine into you, right?
We're not all as rich as you, Senior. If you want to pay for a holiday for us, I'll go.
Twice I've got jobs. Didn't give me this bunch.
Fucking tell we've got jobs.
Yeah.
Yes. But
so
anyway.
The brochure's out for next year already, Junior. Just to let you know.
Anyway, we're wrapping up on that note because he's the thing is, I could just remove him from the fucking feed. You just remove.
No.
I'll look it back in.
You're freezing today.
Right, well, Senior is back this weekend.
Senior's back. Senior is in the country, as you could see, because I'm in my wee TV room. And I will be at the game tomorrow. So, to all of those who have sent me messages, I'll be there.
And I will be back in my seat with the drum this week after now no longer in the Royal Box.
Quick thing before we go then, because you never had the drum.
Nobody had it.
Yet there was a lot of comments I've seen about having a very good atmosphere. And I thought, wow, that's really good because you never had a drum. I see comments telling you, Junior.
It was very quiet, and a lot of people that I'd spoke to after it said it was very quiet.
All right. So, well, there's people putting on Facebook and
I never seen anything
saying it was a good atmosphere.
I think it was good atmosphere in the sense that everyone was happy, and it was a good game.
Okay.
But shout out Anna we call out because he was giving me shit on the supporters group yesterday. But a shout out to Mr. Andrew Strange, who did have his drum to try and keep his section going and get the fans chanting. And the fans were chanting, but yeah, I will be back this weekend. We will have the drum this weekend, so we're all back and happy. But
we're all good.
Have a nice evening. Get this on the way to the game, and we will see you there.